I'd ever felt.
.711. Lucky numbers for the good guys. At last, winners. Yes, good guys win. Maybe it takes them a little longer. Maybe they pay the price of mortification, being called chokers, being called losers. But even if it takes overtime, it's 7-11. Lucky numbers for the good guys. Bobby Nystrom, Gary Howitt, Lorne Henning, Wayne Merrick, John Tonelli, Bobby Bourne, Dwayne Sutter, Stefan Pearson, Kenny Morrow, Davey Langevin, Gordy Lane, Bob Lorimer, John Potvin, Anders Kaller, Chico Resch, Billy Smith, Butch Goring, Mike Bossy, Brian Trottier, Clark Gillies, and Denny Potvin. The good guys win, and good guys are the Stanley Cup Islanders.
You're certainly the guy who led them through the series. You had a great series. Was that added incentive because you were captain?
I had problems, no doubt about it, early in the playoffs. Against Boston, against Buffalo, I just didn't feel good. I really was not sharp, and it was too easy to sit back and blame it on the fact that I missed 49 games. I couldn't let that happen. Once a team carried itself through the playoffs and really did it without some of the big guns, you talk about Tonelli, you talk about Bourne, Nystrom, you talk about Gillies, Smitty, all the guys, all the defense guys. I mean, I can't name them all right now. All those guys came up so big. Trotz kept plugging away all the way through Boston, and then, you know, I started coming on in the finals, and I had to. I mean, I felt good. The legs were good. Everything was great. I felt confident. Once we got against Philly, I felt great, and I just had to put out as best I could, and I just hoped that whatever I did had some sort of influence on anybody. It's that type of thing that I wanted to have happen. Nothing more. Just be able to be influential a little bit. That's it.
And you carrying the cup around the rink, I mean, that's the thing you've been waiting for. How did it feel?
I'll tell you, John, when you're 6, 7, 8 years old, watching Montreal Canadiens, John Beliveau, or just the Stanley Cup being handed to some person who's playing hockey, and you know that you want to be playing against or with this person in a few years, and then it comes a time where you're into it. When we beat Buffalo, we got that ticket to get into the finals, and I could envision it. I wanted it so much, and I think that everybody wanted it, and I carried it halfway around the ice, and I just wanted everybody to get to carry it because it was the greatest sensation any of us. I mean, there isn't a soul in this dressing room that's ever been close to winning it, and to do it all together, it's like a bunch of novices coming in and winning a championship immediately. It's dynamite, and it was the most exhilarating thing I'd ever felt, really.
What kind of things go through your mind when you're carrying that championship cup around?
Personally, I was thinking of Jean Beliveau. He is like the guy I last remember seeing carrying that cup and doing it with so much grace and just being there as captain of the Canadiens. I wanted it badly. I wanted to emulate the man who's been my idol since I was a kid. And when I carried it around, I just felt it right there. I felt him watching, I felt him feeling, and I just felt everybody out there just feeling for us. And that's the greatest sensation you can get, really.
the heartbeat of the team, and I think that was proved tonight when you got the MVP for the playoff series. Did you feel extra pressure having to play well and for the Islanders to win the Stanley Cup?
No, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves this year. Mike and myself, we were roommates, and we talked a lot throughout the playoffs. And, you know, the team needs us in order to do well in the playoffs. And we said, let's go out there and be as selfish as we possibly could be hungry, and we should be able to lead this team. And we've got to make that power play work, and we got to give it an effort because everybody else is looking at us to go out there and do it. And maybe in the past we have let them down a little bit, but this year we put the pressure on ourselves. We didn't look for any outside pressure. We put it on ourselves, and we said to ourselves, let's go out there and do it. But, you know, our success again, we needed a left winger that could do the job as well, and Bobby Bourne, he struggled a little bit through the regular season, but I tell you, he came up big through the playoffs. We needed him most, and Howard filled in well.
Whole team effort, right?
Bart Gillies on the power play, the defenseman, and especially Billy Smith. That son of a gun is the greatest in the league.
Great, but I'm awful tired, let me tell you. I'm about ready to lie down, let me tell you. It was just great to be a winner tonight. Or, you know, what can you say? We finally done it. As the Flyers can say, we're not chokers now.
As everyone can say. What can you compare it to anything else that's happened to you in your life? Magic. If you close your eyes right now, what would you say?
It's between my wife and my kids, it's probably the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
Mike, you know, you are the guy, the scoring machine, the instant offense. Did you feel that you had to have a great playoffs in order for the Islanders to win the Stanley Cup?
Exactly, John. I think that Brian and myself, as much as the team had carried us through until the finals, I think that Brian and myself, we wanted to take it upon ourselves to go out there and have a good series and bring this team to the Stanley Cup and to drink from the Stanley Cup. And
what do you do for an encore? Next year again?
There's nothing to do for an encore. Not at this moment. Don't talk to me about next year. I mean, it's May the 25th, and who the heck would have thought? Who the heck would think that you'd see ice May the 25th?
How are you going to celebrate?
I don't know. Not at this moment, I don't know, but I know that, you know, after everything's settled down, I'm going to...
Me too.
I know that after a little while, I'm going to go home to Montreal, where the Stanley Cup has been for 4 years, and everybody will have to look at me this year.
Mike.
No one remembers my name. No one remembers I ever
as how you've been winning, you've had a fine team, especially the last couple of years. You haven't gone all the way, and you've always been the other team in town to the Rangers. How do you feel about that now?
Well, the big thing is, you know, we're only 8 years old. And, you know, we've had the choke sign against us because we lost a couple of years. But it's amazing. It seems there's only 2 teams that ever get the choke sign. It's the Rangers and us when we lose the playoff. All the other teams lose in the playoff. They had a great series. And I think that's from the press an awful lot. But we certainly proved that they can stuff it right now.
Well, you think the press will take a little more note of you now?
I certainly hope so. I think our players deserve it. They worked very hard for it, and they deserve it.
So it has special meaning on top of just winning the cup, getting a place for yourself in this town.
I think so. I mean, you know, we're the country people out here on the island, and we love it that way, though.
We talked a while back, and you said to me that you would compare the Olympic gold medal with the Stanley Cup when it finally happened. It's happened. How does it feel?
Well, right now this is a greater feeling. I just feel like I had to work harder for this one. You know, with the Olympics, it was 7 games and we were over with. And now, you know, we had to go through almost 2 months of playoffs, and we were the underdogs all the way. And I just feel like the whole team had to work a lot harder for this than we did in the Olympics. So I guess it's a little greater thrill right now.
Accepting the role as a strong man and a tough guy in the overall scheme of the Islanders series helped you to win the Stanley Cup?
Definitely. You know, like I said, we've been criticized for that thing, and we just had to, all of us, myself, Bobby Mason, Gary Howitt, Gordy Lane, you know, we just gave things this year that we didn't have last year and the years previous. So we did a little bit of everything right now, and we're just proud as hell of everybody.
Beginning of a dynasty?
Well, we'll take this one, and we'll wait till the next one comes around. Who knows?
Hard-working guy who never stopped going after the puck, digging it out. Do you think that rubbed off on some of the Islanders and helped you to win the Stanley Cup championship?
Well, I think it helped, but, you know, I came here and everybody just started to play hockey, and I just came here to play my game, and if doing what I did helped the guys, and I'm thrilled to death about that. But, you know, everybody, John Tonelli, Bobby Nystrom, they had such a tremendous series in the Boston series that they were the big upper in that series, and it's just been one line after another, and I like to think my plays helped, but certainly it's been a tremendous team effort all the way.
I think it'd be an understatement to say that you helped. Butch, congratulations. overtime, all of a sudden you score. How did it feel?
Well, first of all, just to blow the two-goal lead in the third period, I just said to myself, you know, this team just can't do it the easy way, and we showed it again tonight. That, you know, we were down, but we just kept coming back. But I'll tell you, it was a great thrill to win it on the island. You know, as much as we would have liked to have won it the other night in Philadelphia, this is just the greatest because we won it at home in front of our fans. And I know they had some pretty trying times at the beginning of this season, but they stuck with us, and we pulled it out of the bag. And we certainly are glad to have it here, and we're going to try to keep it here as long as we can.
You know, this is the thing that I've always dreamed of from a little kid, you know, and first making the NHL and then winning this, and I didn't believe it would be this great, you know. Some team wins it every year, but I didn't think it would be like this. It's unbelievable.
Are you really that tall, or you're just flying that high after the win?
You're right there. This is the greatest thing I've ever had to do in my life, and it's the only thing I worked for this year. And we all, especially about 12 games left in the season, we stuck together, we became a team, and I'll tell you, that's the story, because we got 21, 25 beautiful guys, and I know everybody said that tonight, but we got 25 guys, we're like brothers, and that's why we won, because it's a team effort.
It's an experience that you're never probably going to experience again, because it's that first time, and we all know everything that happens first that's exciting is always the sweetest.
It's been 8 years and a lot of hard times, but this is worth it, I tell you.
What do you feel like inside at this moment?
Well, it's been a tough year for me, and I'd gladly do it all over again just for this moment. I mean, it's once in a lifetime, and it's unbelievable.
You know, the Stanley Cup's your motivation while you're out there, you know, but if you think of it too much, you know, you're going to get too uptight, you know, and so you just sort of put it in the back of your mind, and when you really see the cup, then I think it brings it all together, you know.
Everyone's been saying, how does it feel? And it's a lot better than I expected, because of the image we've had for the last couple of years, you know, this choke crap, you know, choke. I'm so sick and tired of it, and I'm just glad to do it for our fans here, and but especially for like Al Arbor, Bill Torrey, and especially for the guys in here, you know. I mean, there's 8 or 9 guys here within 6 years. It's been a long time. We've gone through a lot of crap to get here.
I think I saw that monkey called choke just fall off your back.
Yeah, it's in the toilet right there. It's gone down the drain.
Well, the label of chokers has been ripped off for good. Touched off a wild celebration at the Coliseum yesterday. The cup had come home to New York. Players going wild, the fans. Sal Marciano elicited some cool, calm, and coherent comments from the Islander fans after the cup had been won yesterday afternoon. Look at these fans. And in a couple of minutes on Miller Sports Update, our special live guest, who else? The man of the hour, Bobby Nystrom. Join us. That's sports.
Where do they put the